working. I was looking at myself. Hello and hi. I really hope this is working. This all the phone on a different stand, not this one, fell. I was setting it up. I didn't know where one of my stands was. So because this is actually not tall enough for me. I'm gonna get into the room. But while adjusting it, which this is low now that I'm while adjusting it though, it just the thing that supports the phone literally sort of exploded. Phone crashed down. This thing was all wonky. I recorded something early and it sounded a little fuzzy, a little staticky, a little And another little phone whatnot has broken. What's been going on, you say? Well, my brother was in an accident and my mother's car completely totaled. Should have showed you the photo. There is a photo. It was so bad he had to be pried out of the vehicle. That was also my ride for two of my jobs and literally one of my jobs. Oh my gosh, I feel really dry. Hold on, I need something. Well, that was refreshing. So my brother was in an accident in my mother's car, the car that I used to get to. I had three jobs. I have a warehouse job, cashier job, and a driver job. Unfortunately, that took away my to be able to do driving, and my other jobs are far. So it's hard to it's pricey if I were to get my own ride share there. Oh, so sorry. I kind of just spaced for a minute thinking about, oh, whatever. Apologies. I was telling you. So, brother accidentally totaled the car, lost one of my jobs, and now extraordinarily difficult to get to my other two jobs. I was in the midst of trying to get the mortgage together, which, oof. Those 1, 2 jobs just aren't gonna cut, especially when I was already, trying to catch up with stuff because I actually had stopped working one of my jobs. I was actually oh, hi, I'm so sorry. I don't have my glasses on. Let's be so serious. I cannot see that well, but I also was spaced out thinking about the accident, everything I'm about to tell you, Jesus goodness. Wow, mi jodido vida, coño. So, hello everyone. My brother was in an accident, totaled my mother's car, and now I can't do my driving job. It's very hard to get to my warehouse job because it's 35 miles from my house, and then my cashier job is 16, but I can't pick up. It's more like 15, whatever. But the thing is that I can't pick up shifts the way that I can with my other jobs. I had just stopped working my other driving job because it was costing me about $400 a week to borrow a car to be able to drive, to be able to work, to be able to make the money that I needed to do. But I had to do it because in January, my mother was involved in a car accident, totaling her car. Her and my brother were involved in a head-on collision. Mm, mm, mm. Oh my gosh, I totally missed something. Oh no, wait, no, wait, no, wait. That was right. Okay, so they were involved in a head-on collision, which this happened the week after I had my work rental car stolen by a tow truck. I was waiting for the tow truck. I had gotten a flat tire, thought I could change it. We could change it onto the thing, but ended up being a whole issue. tow truck was supposedly coming, and I get a call telling me to leave the car with the keys under the whatnot. I'm like, no, I'm not going to. But I was there with my mother. She was waiting across the way, to take me back. And a tow truck ends up showing up, knocks on my window, and my mom had also sent me a message. She's like, the guy is here, and he's like, hey, I'm here to get the car. And I was parked. I wasn't parked like anywhere. Like I was literally in a parking spot, and the tire, I had a blown tire. The tire that was blown was on the inside in. So this person knew, because then they also were like, oh, where's your mom? Like I thought your mom was waiting with you. Uh, yeah, they never took the car to whatever. Ended up being a whole issue. So I wasn't able to work. Oh my gosh. Now I'm like, what am I totally forgetting? I'm totally like, I jumped months and this and that. At the beginning of the month, the house flooded. I woke up to my bedroom in at least like a half an inch of water. I know I'm not. I'm a mess. I woke up in half an inch of water. So of course, and I was supposed to go to work, had to drop my shift, which doesn't help because I was already trying to catch up with everything. And then it flooded again after that. And the week before that, the day before my birthday, and I had a shift for my birthday. I love working on my birthday. I love making money on my birthday. Love it, love it, love it. Anything. I just love making some kind of money on my birthday. Had a shift for my birthday, had a shift for the day after, and possibly the day after that. Or I think it was availability and I couldn't take it. No, take that back. I think it said I couldn't take the shifts Friday, Saturday, and Sunday because my brother was taking the car. But I had a shift for Wednesday, my birthday, that Thursday. But Tuesday, while leaving work, the tire pressure was low, put a little air in it, went around the block to make sure she good, she even. 2 blocks before going on the E-way, and mind you, I was at my warehouse job, which is 35 miles from the house. The tire blew. You heard that right. The tire exploded, blew. There was apparently a bubble on the inside. And then when we finally got a car and was able to work, though, too, right after we got it, my special girly friend came a week early with vengeance. That was recently. That was not fun. Just throwing that in there. Things have been a whirlwind. Oh, I don't want to go back any further. That's just the last some months. I think that's okay. So, brother got into a car accident with my mom's car, completely totaled. House got flooded, 4th of July, and the day before. I think not the day before, days before. Tire exploded. In between there, though, special friend came early and angry. What was it? I feel like something happened in between the tire exploding, or was it just a stress? And after the car accident, and I think I was just stressing in a fucking fade. I'm trying to think. The car accident and the car being stolen. When was that? February, March, May. Oh, that's right. I was paying. I had that rental. That's why my whole life was a fog. And I'm about to get another one. I may get another one. And it's going to be an electric one. So I'm going to have to go to charge stations. Luckily, there's one close to one of my jobs. And I guess I can try to get stuff done while it charges. If you don't know about electric vehicles, especially while doing rideshare with an electric vehicle, and like I said, my job, one of my jobs is 35 miles from the house. That's 70 miles. An electric vehicle to get that kind of a charge, it'll probably take like half an hour. The only thing I could think of that makes it kind of like while the car is charging, I can either nap, work on content, study. I would love to get my broker's license. I am fascinated by real estate architecture. It's utterly beautiful, stunning, fabulous, amazing. I can help people see themselves there, sell their homes. Like, I'm a very, te puedo enseñar todo lo que puede estar ahí. Dime lo que quieres, dime lo que, and I can help you paint that imaginary picture. I've got so many fun ideas. All I do, yeah, I've got lots of ideas. So I can definitely help someone who is trying to find that right home. Because yeah, location is the main thing. That is the one thing you can't change. But honey, we can change everything about the house. As long as you're not in an HOA in an awful neighborhood where they're like, no. You can't do a damn thing. Oh no. No, 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 no. That's not gonna work. Oh, I gotta get close. I'm yeah. I'm trying to get like my because I do want to do which I haven't kind of I've been about doing content. I'm not really good with this sort of stuff. I more want to do I have like writing ideas. Like I've got movie ideas, show ideas. I've got an idea for a podcast, variety shows. I've done stand-up comedy before. I've done it actually numerous times before. I've done comedy numerous times before. It takes me a lot of practice. So don't sit there and ask me to, oh, make me laugh. It comes naturally when I'm being. But if you want a full, like, no, I need to practice. I need to. The first time I ever did stand up comedy, I practiced for 3 weeks. Sorry, I feel like I get cross or I feel like I get weird if I look directly out there. So I got to look elsewhere. And then I don't have my glasses on. Like I said that. My glasses are over here. One of my glasses are over there. I get a glare. I feel like, yeah, there's a glare. And I see the glare. It's just, I don't like the glare that happens when I wear less glasses. Well, I'm gonna actually work on some content, some stuff I want to do. I'm really torn between what kind of questions I really want to. I said I want to do a variety show and game show, and I had started up doing that, making some like asking some questions. So I want to put little stickers for the different social medias, different whatevers. When you guys answer stuff, you can get the little stickers, and then once you fill this up, you get a big sticker. And eventually, like I would love to be able to give actual prizes to people. My ideas for the show and for the game show is that eventually it could fund elderly care as well as animal and pollution prevention, and then help like I said, elderly care is some of our retirement funeral funds. It yeah, no, no, no. I really wanted to help people. I don't yeah. That's how I feel best is when people are okay when yeah, I've got a lot of whatever ideas. Oh, I'm just trying to uh, I see the big picture. I see the big picture of what could be, but it's so hard to get the little steps together. Like to do this, it's very, very difficult. It's very difficult. I'm not that good at it. And then, y luego la cosa es que también yo tengo una idea like how I want to film, how I want to, and I don't know how to accomplish it. Like I'm like I think I got it, like, but it's not it. It's not it. And some stuff I don't even know how to look up. Like I want to do a certain effect or I want to do something. I have zero idea of how to find how to do that. And then yo le pregunto al Google over here and this I don't understand. Doesn't understand a damn thing. But I will say that Google understands more than Siri. Siri is an idiot. Siri is dumb. Let me tell you. Ooh, dumb. But it's still smart. I don't know. They just like, yeah, the way I ask stuff, the way this and that, like it can't answer it. And sometimes the way I need to ask them, the way I need to, it's just I struggle with like I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know. Hello. I don't know if you know where this is from, or where or where this is from. I hit myself over here. Or where this is from. Or what do they mean, chickadee? Well, yeah, so I gotta don't know how I'm gonna do this. I was happy to find out that Tubi, even though I'm nowhere near that point, but I just think it's cute that Tubi lets you upload like amateur stuff. And I saw somebody who uploaded videos here, and then and I was looking at stuff. That's what I was looking at, all this editing one. I was like, wow, that's super cool. I don't know how to do that. Thank you so much. I'm sorry if I'm shouting when I am so sorry. I tend to sometimes be naturally loud, and then I'm holding a microphone trying to like be close but not so much. No, I don't want to yell in your ear. No quiero gritar, pero sometimes it happens when I get a little overexcited. Oh, I want some water. I like finished my watermelon. I think I have sorry, I keep kicking you. I think I have water on the other side of this hat. Yep, I've got water on the other side of the hat. Ugh. Well, that's that. Thanks. Listen, I want to be the type of person that I said on my thing. I want Santa Claus, Earl Hickey. Who else? To be proud, I want to be like my own Robin Hood instead of stealing from mother efforts to get like I want to just take for myself. Like I want to earn enough money to just be able to give it away. Like I'm the sharing type. I like having people around. I would want that would be so cool to have like a ginormous mansion like Downton Abbey, but how they had it when the war was happening where they opened it up to people. That's essentially how I would have it. Yeah. I would open up my home. I'd have tons of people there. I would have tons of people there. I would probably live elsewhere. Yeah. Totally. Thank you so much. I do, which is kind of weird. Some people think it's weird. I do. I like I said, like I want to help fund elderly care, our like retirements, funeral fund. Basically, yeah, I'd like to do a funeral fund for funding funerals and then helping for the families after the fact because having to go work to try to survive after losing someone, like that's a lot. When my grandmother passed, it was and it makes me think about my sons when I go. I don't want them to have to go work and immediately after losing their mother, I want them to live life and enjoy it. And both of them have been through so much already. Um, yeah, yeah. My sweet boys, they're grown men, y'all. Hello. Is that? I feel like if I try to pronunciate your name, it'll be weird. Brayley, is that how you say it? Super cute. If that's right, I might be saying it wrong. I am horrible at pronunciating words and stuff. Although I can articulate myself quite spectacularly. Ah, pero a la misma vez yo sé cómo hablar español. Eso sí que es una... Inglés no fue mi primer idioma y de que no sé cómo hablar y leer mucho en español, todavía lo sé cómo hablar y también sé cómo hablar inglés. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Stop. So I just started like noticing I'm aging. I know, like, duh, I know I'm aging, but it's starting to show. So thank you so much for saying that. And it's like I noticed, like I can see like some gray hairs, and I'm just like days after my 39th birthday, it was like 39, boom, you see it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I see it. I like being on the YouTube live. I'm not even gonna lie. It's one of my favorites of them all. It's super cute. I just started using it. I was so intimate. Stop. I've been very intimidated by YouTube. Let's start right there. YouTube has been very intimidating to me. So I've just been using I'm other social medias, which it's all like a wreck for me. I have huge big picture ideas and I do like I guess but I don't know how to do this stuff. I don't have the so it's a bit of a mess. It's a bit of a like I tengo la idea. I want to make a billboard for my phone. I essentially want to make a whatnot to put in the back of my phone that has my advertising stuff for my channels, what everything I want to do. Like in the center would be my photo that I have. That's my ID photo from the when I legally got my late grandmother's last name added to my ID. That's what it is. Everyone's like, "That's your mugshot." No, I don't even know what my mugshots look like. Oh, but I do have them. I do have mugshots. And I was arrested. I was sent to Cook County Jail. And when I was there, the sheriff was like, "What are you in for? Traffic? You don't belong here." I said, "Well, tell it to the judge." That's a real conversation I had. And it was hilarious. So I want to have it so that the photo of me goes here and then the QR codes would be here, or that's what I don't know, or I should put one here, one here. I think yeah, so it's away from my camera, so not pointing maybe directly under, but I don't know. So that's for sure my photo here and two. I don't use a lot of social media, so I don't know if I should have two QR codes or three, but I can for sure fit one here, one here, one here, or an about me. But there's like a little, I don't know. But you get what I'm saying. See, one of my cute fun ideas. Billboard for my phone. I don't understand that tap to stuff and everybody doesn't. I'm awful at technology. I don't know how to do stuff. Let's be oh so serious. Luckily, I have an older brother, so he's always going to be older than me. Oh, and my younger brother, I think he's already seen gray hairs. He just turned 30. I have two children. They are 19 and 22. The 19-year-old, Jesus, he just got his first tattoo at the beginning of the year. He has four large tattoos now. What he's for his first tattoo, and then oh my god, then he went to a rave in Chicago after the city after his first tattoo is like was all from here and came down all the way up to here. It's like little linea whatnots. And the day after he got it, he went to a rave in the city. And I love it. Him and I took him and we hung out on what's it called. And we got there early, so he hung out in the car with me. He ended up getting out at the absolute perfect, perfect timing, perfect moment because he was the only one who ended up seeing the main DJ that he went to go see, who was from the UK, and this was his first time coming out to the States. He ended up being the only one seeing him when he accidentally started coming in to the front door instead of the back. So cute. He had a photo with him all like, "Hey, look at my tattoo, first tattoo in the sky." Super funny, super cute. His life is definitely like a movie. He went to a rave with his brother and one of his friends. It was his brother and friend's first time ever going to a rave. It was in like this warehouse, whatnot, like nothing was around. I took them to that one too. It was in Chicago on the sort of like West Loop area, I want to say. And when I picked them up, oh my gosh, this kid got in the car, 19-year-old, I love it, and goes, "They accidentally gave me the 21 and over wristband. I'm so drunk." Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I think he's been going. He goes to quite a few raves. He's gone to quite a few whatnots, and he's gotten in the in crowd on a lot of different things. He's in like exclusive like text groups. He's met DJs from all over the world, event coordinators, and all this and that. They've literally come and picked him up and taken him to stuff, to events, to all those whatevers, and they've paid for some of it. Like, yeah, super, super cute, super, super cute. He had me drop him off one day at the train at the metro, and he's like, "Hey mom, can you just like drop me off at the train and then maybe like pick me up later tonight, like at the last time, like when you're done working?" I was like, "Yeah, whatever." So I dropped him up at the train, and whatever, in the afternoon. And about 2 3 hours later, I get a video of him of along the river in Chicago, along Wacker Drive. He's there with like, there's a DJ, a bunch of people, and he's in there. There's my boy. Just look, well, not him, but he's because he did a POV. But yeah, well, there's my boy having a good time, basically. He grabbed himself something to eat after, yeah, because it was like an afternoon thing, and was back at the house around midnight. And another time, he had me drop him off, or they picked him up. The other day, I thought he went for a walk around the block. I go and check his location, and he's in Chinatown in Chicago. We're in Aurora. We're in Aurora, Illinois, Aurora La Bella. That's where we are. This guy, so funny. And then another time, yeah, they took him, and he went out. He has a choice. He's like, "Hey mom, look," and he shows me gorgeous, gorgeous photo, gorgeous, whatever. And it's like Lake Michigan, all right here, the beach, the city, whatever. And then, like, yeah, that's the backdrop. The backdrop is Lake Michigan, the beach, and whatever, the city, because they are on the beach with the DJ, whatnot, having a brave, having a what, this and that. Just so it's adorable. It is totally. It's him and his brother and a couple of friends actually went to the Summer Smash. Yeah, my boy is definitely living a good life, living a good life. And he's a sweet caring guy. He's hardworking. He doesn't ask, like, he's funding all of this himself. My boy has a job, and if he wants something, he's very driven. If he wants something, he goes and does it. If he wants a tattoo, he wants to go to a concert, he wants to do anything, he will pick up the extra shifts to cover it. When he got his GED, he he walked some of that 85-degree weather, and he would walk several miles there and back to the classes, because he said, I want to get my GED, and I'm not spending money on a ride share, because at the time he wasn't working. So he's like, yeah, I'm not spending money, and I'm getting this. He ended up finding some grants too to cover some of the costs. He is something else, because he had dropped out of school his freshman year. There was a whole oh geez, there was a whole dramatic drama stuff going on. He took a year off, and then he was like, "All right, I'm ready. No, let's do this. I'm doing this now." And he ended up, from the time he it was just 2 months of him studying for his GED before he finally went and started taking the tests, and he got them. He's been contemplating on what to do. He had thought about I talked him out of joining the military. He was thinking about being a firefighter. Um, Now he's thinking about criminal law, but then he's also thinking about EMT firefighter. So who knows? He's adorable with animals sometimes, but he also has some allergies, and you can see being emotional. He's actually a bird he tried to save died. That was sad. So sadness. My other guy, my other son doesn't care. He's like, if I don't got it, I don't care. He's like, who cares? Who cares? He yeah, he's just that's literally him. What do you mean? He's funny. He's 22. He's fun. The moment he turned 21, I am not kidding you. The moment he turned 21, I came home from work after he came home from 21, and he's like, "Hey, you done for the day? You done working? You going back to work?" And I was like, "No, I'm done. Cool." He's like, "All right, you can have a shot with me then." Woo! I'm gonna have a shot. And yes, he doesn't drink as much. Yeah, but he's something else. He's something else. He's a sweet boy. He's oh my gosh. My sons are they have the same sort of morals, and share some of the same interests, some interests, like, yeah. It's like a full 50 split of stuff they share in common and stuff they don't sort of share in common. Ish, not full 50, but yeah, they for the majority have a lot in common, but it's very, very obvious on some of the stuff. Like they are just extraordinarily different. But the core, the morals, this and that, those things stand as to they are. My sweet boys. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I didn't even see it. Like I said, if you didn't know this, I wear glasses. I cannot see that well. I'm just looking in and realize that more has been written. My eyes are very, very bad. That's probably too why I look here because I don't know if my eyes are gonna glass or get like foggy or look over there. Yeah, my eyes are very bad. I'm just see shapes and colors. Like I've got to be like over here to be able to properly see here. It's fuzzy. It's already fuzzy. Right here, it is fuzzy. Here, forget about it. Yeah, no. It's no. Yeah. There we go. My eyes are horrible. I have an older brother and a sister and a younger sister. Siblings are cool. Siblings are fabulous. Family's fun. Having family is fun sometimes. It's interesting. Having family is interesting. Friends are supposed to be fun, but they can be dramatic. As is life. As is life. Ugh. I just realized I haven't heard from one of my friends. I looked earlier. She has not responded. Hmm. Hmm. That is the calculator, not the I just got a flash. I don't know if you've seen the show Man on the Inside. It's a detective mystery show with Ted Danson. It is hilariously cute. Thank you so much. They're fake dimples. Thank you. They were called dimples because it's because of my piercings. That's why I have them. The piercings are what made the dimples. They're my smiles accessory. I don't wear a lot of jewelry. Like maybe I would wear earrings, but yeah, I wouldn't be like not a huge jewelry whatnot. Just my piercing. I went off on what I was saying to you. I don't know what that is. Listen to the song. Well, this whatever is this save? Should I screenshot this so I don't forget it? So I don't lose it? You guys there? Like right now, I don't know si me van a regañar. Yo sé que lo hacen de pedo cuando hagas demasiado cosas. Pues hay demasiadas cosas que no puedes hacer y te lo hacen de pedo, que no puedes decir, que no puedes tener, que no puedes este y lo otro. ¿Me entiendes? That's what, like it is natural. I'm not wearing makeup. Oh God, no makeup. No. I'm going to make a video about that, a side by side of how videos look with me like this with nothing. And then after I've edited them down and filtered, because like I will add the filters and the adjust it so it looks all and I don't wear makeup, I use filters. Yeah. The lights also a little all my lights, so I feel like it's a little yellow in here because I'm using lamps and the shades on them are literally like a yellow, like a tan. So it gives like a yellow light. I just remembered I do have another light over there, but I didn't bring her out. I was using my phone, but if you didn't catch the beginning, my little phone stand literally like popped off and like exploded while I had this one plugged in. So my mic thingy was a little fuzzy. I wasn't sure if I was shouting, if you guys were able to hear me, if she was acting properly or what was going on with it, but because I forgot to do a sound check. But I was having it on the other sort of thing, like it was doing that sort of ordeal. But it exploded. I think I have another one over there, but now I'm a little nervous, but still, I didn't put it on yet. I can do it eventually. I was just thinking, what do I got to do? I need to make content and I'm not sure. I've got to do some more questions. If you didn't know, I want to do a variety show, a game show, and then I want to pay for a bunch of our retirements, our funerals, take care of our families, our pets, random animals, the planet. Oh my gosh. I want to be in the woods in a big, dumb old casita, castle, whatnot. I might not even live in there or have like a small, just like the West Wing. I'll have the West Wing. Stop. If I had a whole wing, it would have like literally have like my studio to work in, like all that sort of, so I can write movies. That's what I would do. If I had a ginormous and I had the whole West Wing, it would have so I could relax and full blown work and lock myself in there so I could work, so I could write scripts, so I could do that because I have so, oh my God, the film ideas I have. Oh, I was telling my mom, I this is a sad one. This is a sad one. I believe Bad Bunny and Whitney Houston would have been like real cool. Like they would have gotten along and been like, hey, hey, oh, that's so sad. See how fabulous my mind works, because that would have been adorably hilarious. I don't want to go to whatever. I gotta stay quiet because I'm gonna start falling into one of my ideas. Can you see where I'm going? And you don't see where I'm going if you're going to steal it and do it horribly. That is one of my fears, a huge fears of mine, was sharing my original ideas. But I guess I can't do anything when it comes to celebrities, but still, or certain whatnots, but still, if I can get in there, I want the cut so I can do fun stuff with it. But I have this weird idea that involves past celebrities. I actually have a couple weird ideas that involve past celebrities, past whatnots. We're just gonna leave that alone. We're just gonna leave that alone. Hi, hello. I have a hat that says just say hello. It goes all the way through. I forget sometimes that I have them. It's so funny. I will forget a lot of times that I have them. And then if I have like the actual diamond says it makes it real shiny. I've had someone literally when I was pumping gas this one time and this guy pulled up and he's like, "Damn girl, I saw that diamond shine on your face from across the gas station. I had to come over here and say, hey, okay, now keep it moving." I'm just kidding. I don't remember how that went. It's happened a bit. And sometimes I nervous smile, but not always. My little because I do have a resting sort of face, and one of my coworkers came and told me, he's a nice middle-aged guy. Uh and I noticed he hasn't talked to me that much since then. Well, he's an interesting middle-aged guy. But he came up to me and he's like, "Oh, smile, Jezebel. You got smile, girl. Let me see that nice smile of yours." I was like, "Stop. I've been waiting for like an older, like middle-aged, dusty guy to come up to me and try to say that to me so I could be like, you know what? You're right. I am prettier when I smile, and you look better when you don't." Thank you very much. Thank you. Or, and you look better when you don't. If you want to get in there quick, wipe that smile off your face. My face is very, like, I can make like a lot of facial expressions. Like Lucille Ball. I have a textbook frown. I think that's funny that I have a nice smile and a textbook frown. My smile and my frown. That is a literal textbook frown. My piercings, they're piercings. It's because this one's black. That's why it looks whatever. This one's a little diamond stud that's like she bent a little bit. She's not on there book freely. It's not like a twist piercing, but yeah, they're piercings. Black one, whatever one. I do tend to this is like a gray sparkle and these are white. I do like to have one there. But I don't think I would do that with my hair. No. Especially at this age, honey, I'm 39. Just kidding. If I wanted to do it, I would still do it. But I will say I've always actually wanted to have my hair colored more like the color I always wanted and sort of just I don't think I could pull it off. Yeah, maybe like a grayishy the purples, like a deep purple sort of. I've done a purple. Take that back. I'm good. I can show you. Let me look it up. You might like it. It's really cute. Um but I wanted to do like a gray, like a whatever, like Storm from X-Men. You know the X-Men movie like that. Oh my god. But I don't know how that would look on me. But like I was noticing, like the white, you see how this looks like this? I look really like darker on this side. It's like maybe like with these, I told my mom, maybe with these nails, the boys will call me brown because I had a brown emoji, like the skin, whatever. And they're like, why you got brown? You white. I was like, I'm brown, just light brown. Pero soy mexicana y puertorriqueña. That's a brown. Just not the shade of brown that y'all want me to be. But I'm still brown. All right, let me find the photo. Ugh. Fluffy replied to one of my Gabriel Iglesias replied to a message of mine. I wanted to work with him before he went and supported all that awful whatnot. He's all about that money for himself. No. No, 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 no. I'm all about money for the people, not money for me. Fuck that. Oh, look, when I was training to be a firefighter before I got injured. Well, that was my POV. This is actually me training to be a firefighter. See, March 2021. I was horribly assaulted. And I was assaulted the day I signed up for my second semester, got my late grandmother's last name, and was hired for my first job as a broker during my first and only professional massage. And then it was so bad that I ended up having severe pain for 3 years, and it like spread throughout like 40 to 60% of my body depending on what was going on. And this is a flat tire I got that year for my birthday. Oh my goodness. Oh, and then that's that and then a little bit after that, a few weeks after that is when my son completely broke his ankle in two spots and had to have emergency surgery. My boy has like a whole box of nails and whatnot in his ankle. The scar is actually pretty cool though. So that the scar is pretty cool. No, they're piercings. Mac. I did a Mac Miller trivia question on one of my things. Oh my gosh, so funny. Do you know what his AKA was? His nickname? I'm not sure if that's your whatever. Anyone at all. Doesn't have to be Mac. Not sure of your age, your taste in music. Perhaps you like classical music, opera. My mother made fun of me because I do listen to classical and opera. Girl, it's not all about the 90s hip hop. I do like some 90s hip hop. I don't know if I can say there, whatever, but basically, oh, I like Duck Boy and the other, G59. Whitney Houston. I do love my Whitney Houston. Reunite. I was going to show you guys my pink purple hair. Oh, oh, the other accident. When I got my grandmother's car, or the car my grandmother helped me get, completely totaled. And this happened right before when I dropped out of I ended up going out of school, taking a leave to care for her because she was bedridden. I was actually giving my grandmother a sponge bath when they reported on the news about Notre Dame being on fire. And it was funny because it was the first and only time my mother ever helped me. And we were on opposite ends of what, and as I was thinking, like, man, I've never been there, my mom said it out loud, and then my grandmother went, ha, I've been there. Good for fun. her. Good for her. She actually studied abroad and got a degree out there. Oh, look, here's some makeup I did on my son when he was little. I did some makeup on my baby. He's so cute. Oh my god, he's so little cute face. He is still so handsome. Oh, that's the one that's now 19 with all the tattoos and like ends up in the city at Ray. Look at that little mischievous. He's so cute. I love him. If he were to have heard me do that, right, he would be like, ugh. Would close the door. Such an adorable guy. I love him. He's so funny cute. Oh my god, there is one of him smiling. My other son, the one I said that's just like he always looks like he's up to no good. Look at him. They said he looks like he's dealing. He's over there handing out mac and cheese at a food pantry. And my boy looks like he's up to no good. It's to hold their piercings. Actually, well, it is sort of a hole, I guess, because it goes all the way through if you want to put it like that. Look, this is food I made. A little food I made. I like I get made fun of because I like to make my food look pretty and people get annoyed. But my sons, when their friends used to come over, there it's a little brighter. Or wait, brighter makes it worse, no? Yeah. When their friends used to come over, because uh see? They used to love it. They would literally get excited when I would tell them that, oh, would you like me to make you something to eat? Me and this guy when he smashed his finger, unfortunately. Is that when he smashed his finger? No, that's when he had a seizure in my arms. It's like, wait a minute, that doesn't look like when he hurt himself. We were looking for the photo of me with purple hair. Their fathers. My older son actually lived with his father for several years and he ended up going there when my grandmother got very sick and I was working and going to school full time and nobody would come help me with my grandmother. I told them like I need help with her. Something is very wrong. Nobody wanted to believe me. They're like, "Oh, you live there. You live at her house. Take care of her." So my son was acting like a bro. He was acting bien tremendo. So he was to go live with his dad. Horrible mistake signing him over. Um, because he treated him he treated him horribly and he ended up coming back to live with me on an emergency order of protection. He tried to reach out to my son to talk to him and my son actually went and hung out with him one year for Christmas because he had came back out to Illinois because he had ended up living in Indiana, Michigan, then Indiana. And when he went to Michigan, he took off with my son. He gave me a notice the day before they left the state. He gave me a notice, and I drove for 3 hours out there to find out that he gave me the wrong address. I had to do a missing persons report to find my son. Don't get me started. Stop. Well, my son went and spent Christmas with him at his family's house, and he said that, oh, my son's had an evil stepmother who actually left him at the laundromat, didn't properly tell him she was leaving him there. She's a terrible, awful person. Anyways, who cares about her? But still, nonetheless, my son still didn't appreciate the fact when he was with his father, he told me that he would have a different female basically every week. He would come to pick him up from school with a different female he was cheating on his stepmom with. And he said when he went to his dad's families after that everything was said and done, whatever, um he had some random chick there. Uh and he said they just kept calling each other babe, hey babe, babe. Oh my god, he's so funny. He just kept calling each other babe and he didn't like it. It didn't sit well with him, and I guess his dad, though, did try to say, "Oh, yeah, I can help," because we had some car issues, and he's like, "Yeah, I can help you," but, um, he didn't reach out to him again, and my son was like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna reach out to him again." Like, I'm not. If he's never reaching out, I'm good, I'm cool, I'm fine. We can just never talk again. I'm good. My other son's father, and that, him and I met actually, we went to junior high together. My mom was his teacher. My mom was his history teacher. My son's father's history teacher. And, I actually dated one of his friends. We started dating after he told me that his friend was cheating on me, and he's like, "I don't know why you're with him. He's lying to you. Like, you could do so much better." Horrible mistake getting with him, horrible mistake with getting with him, horrible mistake getting with him, horrible mistake. Everything with him was horrible mistake, horrible, horrible, horrible mistake. Oh, though, when my with the whole thing with my grandmother ended up having 5 surgeries in just under a year. And by the end of it, she had lost her leg. It was really bad. It was really bad. It was really bad. Don't get me started on that one too. Stop. Stop, stop, stop. Don't. Okay. My other ex, him and I met on the party line. I don't know if you know what the party line is. Oh, okay. Cool, 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 cool. Let's what did you say? Okay, cool, 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 cool. Let's just like block you. We don't appreciate those things. Mm, how do we do this? 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 Here we go. How do we do this? Hold on a second. I would like to report and block. I don't stand for that sort of stuff, hating on someone because of how they racism. Oh, that's right. Because my weight. No, 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 no. You said no. You said deport. You're racist. You're racist. I don't tolerate racism. I don't tolerate homophobicness. I don't tolerate dating someone who isn't age appropriate. Even though I'm about to tell you a story about me dating someone who is not age appropriate. No, littering, thinking it's cool to be abusive and mean to animals and no, an elderly, no. F that. I no. Get the hell away from me. No. No. Ugh. Okay, so how do I full blown block this person? I would like to never see you ever. Is that how it's done? Yay! You're gay. So cute and adorable. If that's what you like, that's what you like. Not for me. I tried it. I like the men's. If you're gay, you get it. Men are fabulous. You know. That's why you said, you know what? Yes. That's fabulous too. If that's what you like, that's what you like. I mean, come on now. I like some of the men's. I'm straight. My brothers are straight. All the men in my family are straight. That's cool. My mother was straight, then went bi, then went lesbian, and then went, no, I don't mess with anything. No, F that shit. Now she's like asexual. Yeah, she's just nothing. She's something else. She's special. Oh, if you're gonna be mean, I never seen if anyone knew what um Mac Miller's other little name was, the little AKA name. I'm a talker. Stop. Well, here's the thing, actually, sometimes because I can be so I'm definitely like bipolar and I run on highs and lows. When I'm low, I will not speak. I do not like to speak. It literally, like, if the physical to actually open my mouth, like, there was a show that actually did a whatnot on it, on this girl, like, she was struggling with her job, and that's honestly why I've struggled a lot, and then also with all the injuries from all my, like, from my last assault, more, not all my assaults, but that one did, like, whatever. But there was a show, I can't remember what it's called, something with love, where, like, it was about it's about, like, not, like, fully romantic love like you have, like, um, just for people, your family, friends, like, that sort of what like, there was, one of the episodes with the doorman, that's the most known one, was about this, little girl who basically her whole life and this girl who knew this doorman, this fabulous, wonderful doorman. Super cute. But there was an episode with a girl who, yeah, who's bipolar, and she was all like, "Good, this and that," and then the moment she got home, one of her lows hit, and it just like and she was just yeah, can totally relate. So, I have my waves. I have my waves. I have my waves. It's really hot. I have the window open. I don't want to turn on the AC. Hey Google, what's the weather? 76. It is 76 degrees. Oof. Oh, my other son's father, if anybody's still here for whatever. My other son's father, him and I met on the party line, which is essentially a phone chat line. I was 17. He told me he was 25. By this time, I already had my older son. Um, my older son was like a year and a half at this time. I was 17. I had a year and a half year old, and I met him on the pottery line. He told me he was 25. We met on a Friday on the phone, met in person that Sunday. And he says that night I tricked him into asking me to marry him. And he told me also that he was 29 and not that Tuesday, but the following Tuesday, because we actually ended up spending that Sunday through Wednesday together. We spent the night together that Sunday. Monday morning, we went and picked up my son, and then went and hung out together for another couple days in the city at one of his friends. I can't remember what was that, why we were there. Like we had our own room. I guess like they had family out of town, so they had the whole house to themselves or something like that. I don't know. Yeah. So um, I went home, like, we spent whatever day till Wednesday. Our families met, I wanna say that Friday, and then that Tuesday, he was gonna come over to, like, stay the night to help I don't remember what, to assist with something. He moved in. He moved in. He moved in. And I ended up after oof, or whatever, I ended up getting pregnant, and this was in June. It was the week before my 18th birthday. I ended up getting pregnant in like February. And then that November is when we got married. And then December is when I got the call from the follow up from my postpartum whatnot from having my son, where they told me I had pre-cancer cells. And he said, I didn't sign up to have a sick wife. Well, I already knew it was just horrible. I experienced like my grandmother, La Otra Aran, the day I married him. I knew it was a horrible mistake. Some stuff happened that day. Some stuff happened that day. Some stuff happened that day. And we eloped. We ended up eloping. Sorry if I breathed all heavy on that thing. We eloped. But so here's the thing. Um, so what was that? We got married in November. That whole cancer scare, whatever. December, I had this procedure done for it in the January. And after his Easter, on Easter, he goes and tells me that he's seeing somebody else. After everyone left, he's like, yeah, I'm seeing somebody else. You let yourself go, because I did gain weight. I ended up having a thyroid issue that made it extraordinarily easy for me to gain weight and super hard for me to lose. Like literally, if I would run on the treadmill for a couple miles, I would be throwing up for 2 to 4 days straight, like just regular, just like I am not even kidding you. And they said that the medication to help with it would possibly make me lose my hair. And he was like, no. because he didn't want his wife to not have hair, which is funny because his son has alopecia and has lost over 90% of the hair in his body. Like, probably like, yeah, it's over 90% of the hair in his body. Irony. um, so yeah, he ended up going off with this female for like a month. That was a whole whatnot. It ended up being but the final everything was um right before, it was like some weeks before our 2-year wedding anniversary. um he goes, I get a text from him, I can't do this anymore. I'm like, what can't you do? And I thought it was the work we were doing. And he's like, he calls me, or I call him, and I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, I can't do this, I can't do us anymore. What? And he's like, yeah, I can't do us anymore, you and the kids have to move out in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks he ended up taking me home because I was actually at my mother's house when I got that, when we had that conversation, and he came and got me and the boys and went back to the house, and he left me there. And I had went through one of the other phones we had, and that's when I seen text messages of with him and some other female, and he ended up, it ended up being that he started dating a good church girl. She a good church girl because she said he had to kick me and the kids out and be living alone before she would like do certain stuff with him. So he's like, all right, cool, bye, bitch. And oh, here's the real whatever though. He didn't tell me he was an addict. He told me that he had to take special asthma medication when we started dating. He was on methadone. I don't know if I can say what drug he used, but if you know what methadone is, you know he was on some serious stuff. Basically, after we broke up, after whatever, it ended up being, we're not together, I can do whatever I want. He OD'd in my arm twice. And told him, like, you cannot take your son while you're on drugs. You need to get clean. You are not like, one day he came trying to pick up, and he wouldn't pay child support either. It was so funny because one day he was showing me he had a wad of money. He's like, I need this to buy my PlayStation. I was like, you have like your kid. You And he was a toddler. Um he was a toddler at the time. And though, but with him doing that, that's when I noticed, when he was showing off the money, that's when I noticed the fresh track marks on his hands. Yeah, you're not going to take my son, my toddler child, while you're over there shooting up. No. But this chick didn't care that he did that, and she let him get away with a lot of stuff. I was not down for it. He did end up saying that he wanted to, oh, he's like, oh, she made it really difficult. She didn't want him to give me any money. She didn't want him to see the kids. She was bien celosa. She was jealous of me. Of course, I'm fabulous. But yeah, he still very much had a thing for me. We did actually, I will say, we did hook up sometimes before things got, and then yeah, it got to the point where I was just so utterly disgusted by him. I was like, no, dude, he kissed me once, and he was like, oh my god, that was hot, and I just was like, I almost threw up in his mouth. I almost threw up in his mouth. I was so disgusted by everything he had done. I was so everything, literally almost threw up in his mouth. Ugh. um and he the last time I saw him, I can't remember when was the last time he saw his son, but the last time I saw him was years after the fact at the courthouse when we were trying to do whatever for child support, which he owes me over like 15 grand. He well over 10 for sure, well over 10. But he, because his child support was only 120 every 2 weeks. I think it was every 2 weeks, and he's, yeah, no. He was bragging at the child support, what's it called, about cheating on his current lady with the one of the receptionists, a lady who worked at the CDL school, because he had gotten his CDL license. He also told me that he realized he can never be faithful because he loves something new all the time. He had wanted to get back together and had like way before whatnot, way before things got awful, and had said, let's get an apartment together. We can get a 3 bedroom. We can each have our own rooms and the boys can share while we work things out. I was actually down for that. But I told him, if you really want that though, you have to go get the apartment on your own and you have to do it without me fully saying it. Like if you, because here's, he told me he made a mistake going with this girl and that he was miserable and that um she was boring in a certain department, if you catch my drift. And yeah, so it's like, all right, well, we do have children together. It was before things got, yeah. I told him like you have to leave her on your own first. I go, you have to leave her without getting a guaranteed yes from me because years ago, essentially, you're trying to do what she'd like. No, no, no. We were still married at the time too. I will say this: we were still married at the time. I was like, yeah, no. If you want to leave her, and then let's talk. Like, I'm not. So I didn't agree. So he called a friend and back off. He did supposedly he was clean for a while when I did see him. He was clean as far as drugs. But cheating, not so much. That's still a very dirty, dirty boy. um, my son though, because he actually had a my son does have contact with his brother that he has from him because he had get this. Um, my ex-husband's son is a month younger than my younger brother, and their daughter, he also has a daughter. um my son's though also sister, half sister, is the same age as my other son, the son I had before him. So my younger son has two half siblings that are the same age, a half sister and a half brother that are the same age. We used to call them, when we were together, we would call them the twins, because their birthdays were like less than 2 months apart from each other. So there was this small window where they weren't the same age, but and she would call me mommy, literally to the point. And her mom, her mom is great. Her mom is but she was a bit back then. So her mom's mom actually absolutely loved me, and my ex would still hang out with his ex's brother, his children's uncle. And I would go with him sometimes to his ex-girlfriend's mom's house where the brother was, or whatever. And I don't know how many times we'd pull up and she would see me and go, "Oh my gosh, your mom's here. Come see your mommy. Ven, 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 está tu madre." And yeah. So when we were in public and someone's like, "Oh, twins," I was not gonna say, "No, this is my stepdaughter, okay? Stepdaughter. My stepdaughter. Get it right, stepdaughter. Stepdaughter. They're not twins. No, those are my children. That's it." I was a great little freaking I was a teenager with twins. With twins. And a preteen and a baby because I had my son when I was 19. So I was literally 19 with 4 children, essentially, because I was married. So yes, I was 19 with 4 children. I had a newborn, toddlers, and a preteen. And this guy was sneaking off to go do stuff with his exes because I had put on weight and he didn't appreciate that. Meanwhile, his daughter's favorite food is pancakes. The second to let's have some pancakes. Which of course I gotta make my baby girl some pancakes. She wants pancakes. Also, she loved wearing pajamas. Oh, I love it. The moment we'd walk through the door, let's change, let's put some pajamas on. All right, we're gonna put some pajamas on. Super cute, super cute, super cute, super cute. I actually wanted to be married for like 42 years. We were together for 23 months. married wise. Together, like, it was over 3 years, and then the actual divorce didn't happen until, like, 5 years after that. More stuff has came in. For those that don't know, I wear glasses and cannot properly see the bottom of the screen. Here are my glasses. Can you see how thick they are? These are already these I got them thinned a little bit, but I feel like with these ones you can still kind of see that they're thick. Look, see? Like it sticks out a bit on this. Well, no, you can't see that well. She thick. My eyes are everything is like shapes and colors. Shapes and colors. That's probably that. Well, that is. Sorry. Again, this part of the reason why I look at me instead of you because I feel like I might get a little. I look over there. I'm looking at the weird light. Anyways, yeah. So, my ex decided to. Oh, and that girl has a kid, so he went off and was like raising her child and oh, when my ex-husband started dating that other female, he would actually still take my son, that my son I had before him. He would take both of my sons because he said he still saw my son as his son. But the girl he was seeing was like, "That's not your son. Don't bring that kid over here." And she was saying that about um a poor defenseless child whose father, when he found out I got with my ex-husband, said, "Good, he can raise him." Bastards. I would love to. If I were to remarry, I mean, if they don't have kids, they don't have kids, but I would love to be like a good stepmother. We'll try to be because you never know. I mean, I'm not going to be awful, but they could still hate me, unfortunately. Unfortunately. They could be like, "Oh, she's irritating," which I am, I'm super chatty, I'm super high whatnot right now, and they could find that to be the most irritatingest thing ever, just the sound of my voice. And like I said, sometimes I'm down. Like my mom was talking to me earlier, and I was like a statue. I was like a statue, and I do that sometimes. People will be talking to me, I will be a full blown statue. If you didn't catch that, I'm a little bipolar. So yeah, sometimes I'm full off. So yeah, I could end up finding someone who's understanding, but his children, that may be hard for them to understand that it's not that I don't love you, it's not that I don't care, it's not that it's just like I literally, my body just shuts down, and sometimes it just goes like a dog with the zoomies. I'm just like, ah! So, who knows? Who knows? Yeah, I don't do medication. I'm an addict myself. It's that ADHD. I have addictive tendencies. Can't do that. I've actually and I also tend to I can grow a high tolerance. I used to have chronic migraines when I was younger, and I ended up getting a pretty high tolerance for pain medication when I was a preteen and teen, and realized, yeah, no. Also, I had gotten hooked on coffee. I could have like a whole pot by myself when I was again a preteen. Um, and everything I do is very like if I do something sometimes yeah I'm like all sporadic, but a lot of times like I'll pick something or something I like Bonnie Plunkett says, if I like it, it becomes a problem. But my body itself does grow a tolerance for things. Um, Fun fact: I've been on the psych ward, but not for the reason you think. And they didn't know the whole story. If they knew the whole story, they probably would have called the cops on. Yeah, yeah, it's cool. I didn't stay there forever. I wonder how my roommate's doing. She was secretly pregnant. Actually, I was also secretly pregnant. I didn't know I was pregnant at the time. She knew she was pregnant, and she actually they didn't know because she accidentally put spilled, or I can't remember, if it was an accident or on purpose. It was an accident, so she continued more. Basically, water got on her pregnancy test. Um, but yeah, they didn't know she was pregnant. Stop. That was I got in trouble that was the first time like I started like in person, like, well, not the first time, probably not, but the first time I really noticed it. Um when I like something, I think something's cute, sometimes I mimic it. It's like I'm giving it's like I think it's cute that I want an instant replay, so I do it myself. And my roommate had whatever to cross the room, just cross the room because she was worried that one of the guys was going to hurt himself because he's like, "Oh my gosh, a butter knife, what am I gonna do?" Like, and he started, she's like, "No!" and ran over there. And I did it behind her because I thought it was cute. And they said I was being mean and making fun of her and made me spend the day in my room. And it's like, no, dude, I thought it was adorable and was doing my own instant replay. Even she, when she came in the room, I was like, like, I didn't mean it. Like, I thought you were adorable. You're so cute. And she's like, yeah, girl, like, I didn't think it was any sort of anything. That I had to spend the day in my room to think about what I had done. Only if I thought harder, then I would have realized I should have been a comedian. I didn't realize till years later, but at that point too, I didn't want to be known as just a comedian. I should have gotten into comedy then though. God, I used to do comedy up the ass. I was so like natural with it because I was consistently doing it. I'll never forget when I knew like, yeah, I could do comedy. I had went and picked up for one of my friends, and his dealer hello thing for me, my little whatnots. It was like, damn girl. I can't remember. I can't remember but it was and him walking around the car, it was a whole ordeal. I ended up telling that story at least a dozen times, but by the seventh time, I was like, maybe you could do this. And then the person who kept having me tell the story, by the ninth time, he was like, have you ever considered being a comedian? I was like, well, actually, no, I have. But yeah, I didn't start actually doing comedy until like years after that. 'Cause I didn't do a whole lot because, yeah, again, I didn't want to be recognized as just a comedian. Now I wish I would have done it because at least I would have had the money to fund other things. Like, but now I know like I'm a comedian and then some because I have film ideas. I want to write. I want to do scripts for shows, reality show, variety show, game show, sitcoms. I've got ideas for a scary movie, an action movie, a comedy movie, a weird sort of like all in whatever. I have actually an idea for a split six story idea. It's like, and then eventually, yeah, you could do a seventh. I have an idea for a movie that involves like an inter something, like a something like a place sort of. I've got a couple ideas for certain stuff to be like Chicago, like locate like Chicago. I want to do like in Chicago that would make people wanna. Ooh, the oh my! I'm remembering my ideas. There's so many great. There's so many great. If I had the money, a big old dumb mansion, I would be locked inside of my West Wing right now with a bunch of. What do they call it? That is the devil's lettuce. Just be focusing on my writing, writing scripts, writing this and that all over the place. I really, what I really, really, really would love is to have a ginormous kitchen, whatnot, so I can like make food for tons of people and just make like what I like and be like, look, actually, it's what I do. So what I do here, what I do here, because I like to like do that stuff. What I do here is when I'm gonna make food for a bunch of people, and you saw, some of you saw. Oh wait, I never got to show you guys the whatever with me, purple and pink hair. That's what I was looking for when I saw my food and then got distracted. Um, but when I go in the kitchen to make people food, I'll go around and ask everybody in the house, do you want something to eat? Are you hungry? Are you gonna be hungry? I'm about to make food. Do you want something to eat? Do you want something to eat? Find out how many people I'm making food for and tell them the kitchen is closed. Do not come in the kitchen. And I go to town and I make food for everybody in the house. And I just start, hey, this is what I made. Anybody want this? This is what this is coming out. I got this coming out. I got this plate coming out the kitchen. Who's gonna eat this? Hey, who's gonna take this plate? I got a plate. So I would love to do that in a larger scale, like a huge scale. And then maybe have help so I can do a lot. Like I help the homeless people when I love like being able to give them supplies. And I have it when I used to like do rideshare in the city. For a moment I had a minivan. It was fabulous because I could put some supplies in the under whatnot. And I would keep them on the door so I could just hand it to them and exactly when I needed to refill whatever, I'd grab it from some of the hidden compartments and be able to hand out some stuff to people, food and supplies. If I could give it like everything, like the full 4 pack, my 4 pack is food, supplies, cash, and a gift card, maybe a gift card. I was gonna show you guys. Wait, my I never got to it. My hair that was purple and pink. I wanted hair like Storm from X-Men. It was so cute. Stop. I almost look the same. This is as much makeup as I would wear. That is just lipstick and eyeliner. That's it. That's all I wear. When was this? 2017. All these little shots of me. I'm so cute. Stop. I'm adorable. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Look how cute I am. Stop it. So cute. The cutest picture of me. Ah, so darn cute. So darn cute. We're looking for me with purple and pink hair. It's in here. It's in here. Oh, me and my god sister. My god sister and my son. Stop. We're so funny. We're so funny. Stop. We have another one. We're funny. Oh, we're so cute. Ugh, another one. Look how cute I am. Me on the bus. Look at me on the bus. Look at me taking the city bus. I was going for a job interview. Gotta make that money. My son with an owl. How cute. He's so funny. Okay, where though is this? There it is. There it is. Should I show you straight face or smiling? I got a picture of me with it, with a straight face and smiling. Let's do straight face. I did get the job. I definitely got the job. I'm looking at old photos of me and my children. Sadness. I was trying to avoid the fact that I was seeing a family member I no longer speak to, but now I just got to a bunch of photos of family that doesn't talk to me. Anyways, here's a saucy picture of me. 2011. Look at this. 2011. Look how much my face has changed. Oh, look, when I used to have a friend. I lost a friend. I lost a friend. Due to life choices. I'm seeing what other pictures I find of me. Before I pierced my cheeks. This was before I had my cheeks pierced. I actually had a guy I was seeing, military man. Whole story with him. We went on 2 road trips across country together. Anyways, he got mad at me when he saw this picture because he met me. He met me with these. And he saw this picture and said, why in the hell did you do that to your face? He's like, you were so pretty. Why did you do that? Oh, and here are pictures of me and him in San Diego. Look, this is what it looks like when I wear the earrings. See, I like how the bling bling. See how it blings? This is when I have the proper size diamond, and it's very, very noticeable. I would be seeing like, yeah, across the way, like those bad boys would bling, 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 bling. Mary Jane. All these old photos, old, old flings, old fella. Oh, look, here's our second road trip. No, this is our first road trip. That other one was no. This is our second road trip. This is our second road trip. Yeah, this is our second road trip. Our last pictures together. Our fucking last picture together. I've talked to him sometime since then. Uh, something traumatic was happening the very last time I talked to him, and this other guy, I wish they would have given me better advice. I was literally going through something very whatever, and I did not get the right emotional support I needed from any of them. And then some, unfortunately, somebody ended up dying at the end of it that possibly could have been saved if I was in the better headspace. Trip I went on. I was abstinent once for 2 years. Over 2 years. Yeah, I was abstinent for 2 years, and I ended up meeting this guy. And he goes and tells me he's a virgin. And then 2 days, 3 days later, 3 days later, I find out he has a newborn. Oh man, I lost this hoodie and it pisses me off just looking at the fact that look how cute my hair was that day. My hair was like perfection that day. Ugh. Mary Jane. Am I? I'm looking for my absolute favorite photo of me, and I don't know if I just passed it up and didn't realize it. This is the only photo where you can see my one tattoo. Look, I have a tattoo right there. This is the only photo where you can see it. Also, I lost this jacket right after this photo was taken, and it irks my soul. Yeah, Steve, I already gone too far. What the heck happened to that? No, no, yeah, I've gone too far. What happened to that photo? My favorite photo of myself. That my favorite photo of me is gone. It's gone. Yeah, they were all mixed together. Yeah. I think that photo's gone. I think that photo is gone forever. That was the absolute cutest. Look, I got the burn from when I worked at Chipotle. They said it was an honor badge to get that burn mark from the tortilla thing. I ended up being banned from working at Chipotle because the owner didn't like me. And this was back when my grandmother was sick and I was going to school full time while working essentially full time. She went and wrote me up because supposedly I can't remember. I was said something, not something. I don't want to dive into my brain to remember which was it. Basically, um, two employees came to my side and was like, "No, she's whatever. You're in the wrong." And they're like, "If you go back and look on the cameras, you will see." I should have fought that. Um, because they were like, "Oh, I'm not gonna go back and check the cameras," and I ended up getting written up. And then when I couldn't go into work, oh, okay, so I got written up, and then sometime after that, I couldn't make it into work. I ended up getting involved in a car accident and I was arrested. And it was funny. I was arrested. I was an hour away and I was arrested. And I'm on the phone with my boss and telling him, like, look, I can't come in. I just got into a car accident and they're arresting me. I'm going to jail. And he's like, oh. And it was like in the morning, after like afternoon, like midday. And I was over an hour away. And again, my car is being towed. My car's, it was crashed, it was being towed. It wasn't, that's right, it wasn't a serious crash. It wasn't that bad. It was just a little. But they towed it because they were arresting me. And they were like, "So you're gonna be like an hour late, 30 minutes?" I was like, dude, I'm going to jail. I'm not going to work. Like, not at all. Like, not even for like closing cleanup. Mother, I can't. I'm not. It's not happening. I ended up having to walk in the rain after that accident. I walked about 3 or 4 miles. The papers that they gave me telling me about the court date for it ended up getting ruined in the rain. And when I went to the court thing, I asked the guy at the front desk where exactly I was supposed to go. He told me the wrong courtroom, and I sat in there to the end of court and was like, "What the French?" And then they were like, "No, you go over here and find out." And they told me, "No, you were in the wrong courtroom." And I went over there and told them, what happened, that this guy told me, and I was over there waiting. And they were like, "Did you ever end up getting a paper about saying the court stuff?" And I was like, "Yeah, when I was released, but it got ruined in the rain." I was like, "Oh, okay, so you did get the paper. All right." They put a warrant for my arrest and arrested me right there. I didn't understand what they said. They said, "Do you want to take care of this now?" And he said, "Oh, okay, okay. Do you want to take care of this now?" I didn't know what he meant when he said. I thought he meant like take care of the case. I didn't know take care of it as in they put me in handcuffs, and I was with my brother at the time, and he was a minor. I was with my younger brother at the time, and yeah, he was a minor, and he was fucking freaking out. Um, yeah, it was Valentine's Day. Oh, and I was dating supposedly this guy, and the night before, he told me he wasn't gonna see me on Valentine's Day, that he was gonna spend it with his daughters. Actually, what it was more that he wanted to spend it with their moms. He was trying to start a poly thing. They were trying to force me into the poly. No, thank you. Whatever. Okay, okay, okay. So I ended up walking car accident, blah blah. I couldn't go into work, and then uh like a week or two later, something time later, I was driving to work. I don't even remember what car did I have. I don't know what freaking car I had. All I know is that what was it, like the timing belt broke or is over completely overheating, like zoom overheating, like the engine was about to explode. It was something very extreme. And I was literally had to pull off whatever. And I was like, I have no idea what's going on. My car's up. My brother supposedly was coming to get me. And they were like, oh, okay, well, with the fact that you didn't come in the other week and you were written up, we're gonna have to let you go. And they ended up putting inside of my thing that I was uneligible for rehire. Okay, it's cool, it's cool, it's cool. I had issues getting there, but like my bosses know and this and that. Sometimes yes, I have issues getting there, but I'm there till the job is done. Literally, there was a point in time where I was the only employee. They literally made a shift for the stuff I would do because they realized, no, this shit's without me. Um, I work in a one of my jobs, I work in a warehouse and we sort packages. We specialize in sorting heavy packages. The average package weighs 70 pounds. But it's a huge warehouse. We're all over the place. And some of the stuff we use carts in some of the areas. So things have to get put back for, the sort. I would end up staying like an hour and a half after my shift, sometimes almost 2 hours, putting all the cards back, getting all the cards, doing everything. And it wasn't a part of my whatever. So they ended up adding a shift to kind of try to get stuff done, but it's still the shift ends um a bit before we actually finish. Like there isn't a way to finish doing everything before the shift ends because there's still drivers there working, picking up stuff and all that. So even with a bunch of help, it's still going to take at least about half hour, 45 minutes after the fact. And like if you get like a good start to it's always going to take some time after the so-called shift ending and time. Yeah, it's always going to take time. And there are some people that the moment the shit they're gone. Pew! Yeah, no, I stay till we're done. When we're done is when I go. So don't always get there, but when I'm there, locked in. And I'm one of those I like to learn everything, do everything. So literally I do everything. I don't just do the basic sort shift. I do the one where you stay after and fix the warehouse and I do other stuff if they need it done. And I will take and have taken several times the super early shift and unloaded the truck. And when I have started the they even um they told me yeah, I'm allowed to help with unloading. I actually like unloading the trucks. When I have my own big warehouse, I don't really have like a lot of ideas for packages like that. Like I would love to send people like literal care. Oh, that'd be so cool if I could send people crates, like crate packages. Stop. That'd be so cool. You crack it open. That would be good. That'd be so funny. But we get a lot of mattresses, so I could flip them things. And thank you for the correspondence. That's super cute. Stop, thank you so much. Don't make me blood. I get red. Let the record stay. I get super red and I'm a little warm right now. And if you make me get nervous and embarrassed, I get red. Like people at work get nervous because when I get hot, I get red. But I used to kind of feel slightly self-conscious about it. And then my one of my sons was super into the color red, like obsessively into the color red. And he was living with his father when he was really into it. And I had to tell him, I was like, hey honey, are you secretly in a gang? This guy goes and tells me, no, red is beautiful. That's the color when people blush. So cute. Stop. I'm getting red. Don't get 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 red. I feel my face getting hot. It wants to get red. No. Don't get red. Don't get red. Don't get red. Oh, I don't want to get red. 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 And the after parties that I'm at that age, menopause is coming soon. I'm gonna start having heat flashes that are gonna make me probably get red. I just hit my lip. No. I'm not looking forward to those heat flashes. I do love heat, but if I'm in the middle of something, I don't want to be hot. I witnessed my mother go through menopause, and I will never forget when I was at the Museum of Science and Industry over there in Chicago, and I had left my son with my mother and me. Me and my grandma, we're so funny. We were sitting in front of the old Walgreens pretending a bunch of shenanigans. We were a wreck. But we finally got back over to them. My son was like, Nani was in the corner just going like with her arms out. She was scaring children. Yeah, that's gonna probably be me. Oh my gosh, I feel really hot. It is hot. I only have the window open. I don't want to turn on the AC because I don't have it set up in the window. So I gotta move the shenanigans, and I don't want to move the shenanigans. And then like, what if? Mm. And she real loud and stuff. Gosh, I feel hot. Maybe I should. I don't want to turn the AC on. I really wanted my son to put it in his room. I thought he was gonna put it in his room, and maybe I could have turned it on and prayed, hoped, and whatnot that the cold air would have made it this way. But he has not done that. He has just been camped out, hanging out in the living room because the TV's better there, and he's over there playing 1,000,001 games with his friends and his brothers and my brother. I feel a little better. Wow, I got really hot there. Hold on, let me sit with it. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I flat out need a pedicure. I do need to. So, oh no, though, cold. I just thought about I'm so sensitive to the cold too. It's probably because I got that Puerto Rican blood in me. Puerto Rican. We island people. We need that heat. But my mom doesn't like heat. I actually have my weather whatnot to tell me not only here where we are, but also the cities where my parents were born. So I have Mayagüez, Puerto Rico, y Ciudad Juárez. Mira nomás, ahorita es 77 en Aurora, but in Mayagüez 83. Ira eso, ira eso. Another gay person. Yay, I love the gays. I love the gays. I love the gay. Oh, Ciudad Juarez 99. Oh, I've been there. I've been to Ciudad Juarez. And I also know someone who's been there and had horrible experiences. But you know what? I would love to be able to one day be able to go back to Ciudad Juárez to do a comedy show. Me encantaría hacerlo reír a todo. And also when I had went, my mom had us take some crayons and coloring books for the kids in the neighborhood. I want to do that. I want to do something like that again. Yeah, we're giving. We like to give. We like to give. We're givers. I like to give. My grandmother was the type of person that anytime she would go to church, she would always like to have a little bit of cash just in case it was somebody's birthday and she didn't know, or maybe an anniversary or something like that. Graduation time, she always made sure she had a little bit of cash on graduation time. Like, oh, you're going to high school or you finished college? Blah, blah, blah. It's your birthday. Slide you a little cash, a little something, something. That was my grandmother. But yeah, we're pretty. My yeah, my I will say that my younger son is way better gift giver than my older son. My older son, if you didn't say that before, my older son is really like, what do you mean? Like that's him. He's just a chill like I mean, you know, you know. I just want to smack him sometimes. He's so irritated. Stop talking like that. He didn't always talk that way, but he's like, ah. Why are you this way? What do you mean? Oh my god. I've seen snails move slicker than that. What do you mean? I just want to punch him sometimes. Yeah. He's just very cool, very chill, very just like he's happy doing it. But he lived, if you didn't catch that before, he lived with his father for about 7 years, and his father was terrible. His father essentially made him take care of raising his other children, so his siblings. So, and his stepmother was terrible to him. So basically, my son has gotten into this. It could be worse. It's cool. He's basically, I ain't in my dad, so I'm good. That is him. He's very much content with, just being. The other one's like, let's go do something. I want to go do something. I'm so bored. Da, 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 da. He's the one that takes off and goes to raves, concerts. He's the one that walked to go get his GED and tattoos. Just showed up with tattoos. Just showed up with tattoos. I knew he was gonna get his third tattoo, and then I was like, wait a minute, is that a fourth tattoo? And he's like, yeah, I got it when I got the third one. They're funny. They're adorable. They're sweet boys. The 19-year-old too, he's super sweet. He's super whatever. He's like a real. I'll never forget the time he went to the mall with a bunch of his friends when he was in high school, and he decided he wanted to get himself, a Build-A-Bear. But he had money. I think he was the only one in his friend group at the time to have a job. So he ended up buying the two girls that were there also Build-A-Bears. He's like, I ain't buying the boys none. Forget them. Got them a snack. He's so funny. But he's gotten. I'm trying to think. I think he got his best friend an Xbox for Christmas. His birthday one year, something like that. Something like that. He got me a GoPro, which I only used a bit. I have to like record with an upload. I've never recorded with an uploaded anything. But yeah, he knew I wanted to do sort of stuff, right? And he got me a GoPro. I have to use it more. I'm very nervous. I don't know how to do editing styles. I will tell you this all. I don't know really how to do editing styles. I see it up here, she up here, pero para hacerlo aquí, no tengo la menor idea cómo hacerlo. No idea how to look up stuff. No idea how to whatever. I have lots of film ideas. I've got ideas for a variety show, game show. I would like to have a show that lets you get to know the guest, which I'd like to have businesses, artists, celebrities, other people, different regular people, just all types of guests. And I would like it to have it so, well, it could be that you could get to know these people naturally without having to interrogate them, without having to ask them a series of questions. Like, I want it to be a natural way to get to know them and to get to know like more stuff, more information, more. I want to be informative and entertaining, or possibly entertaining and informative, whichever way you whatnot. And then I want to take that money and be my own Robin Hood. Just take that money and go do like good stuff. Ooh, okay. I would love to fill our whole yard with gifts for my birthday one year to give to people, because you can't do Christmas, it's too cold. I don't want people out in the cold. But I also would love to buy a bunch of cars. So some time ago I had sold my car, and a bunch of people have reached out to me. I should not have sold it to the guy that I sold it to for the price I sold it to. I shouldn't have sold it, period. I shouldn't have sold it, period. I should have fixed the engine. But anyways, a lot of people hit me up to buy that car, and I still have their messages on my Facebook thing. If I had serious money, because oh god, I love me some. I love automobiles. I would go buy an obscene amount of vehicles, different stuff, muscle cars, quirky whatnots, minivans, cargo whatever's like maybe even a short bus, just whatever. And then they'll fill up our driveway with as many that can fit and have the people come. And for the price they were going to pay for my SUV, it was $1,800. They could buy any one of the nice cars that I bought, any one of the cars for $1,800. Take it, go, have fun. Be cute. That'd be so cute. That'd be so fun. I would like to get to a point where I could pay for people to go to vacations on a vacation before I go to a vacation. I feel like I would enjoy a vacation more if I could pay. Everyone made fun of me because I would love to have my own train and have that midnight train to anywhere. Off we go. But yeah, I would 100% if I were to get money. Yes, that'd be cool. If I could like attach either my own private cargo or my own private train to the Amtrak, or if I had to do my own like line thing, I would add extra cards for maybe regular people. And I thought about if I were to build a plane, all these celebrities with their own private plane, I would build it with space for extra people and I could offer it to, people who support me in this and that and be like, hey, I'm going to end up taking a flight over to blah, blah, blah. There's X, Y, and Z amount of seats available. And like have like an area, for people to be aside from me needing to have space to breathe because I want to work. I want to work. Constantly, sometimes I want to work. I need to spread out. Like I've got notebooks all over the place. When I work, I need some space. So I will say I need some space to work. But I could take other people who want to go in the same direction, who are going in the same direction. Totally. I want to dig some people's graves. I want to get into the funeral thing. I've actually been to quite a few funerals, and I'm this person. I'm always trying to like make sure things are cool at a funeral. How they have those cards when people die with their pictures. They're always like several of the same whatevers. I literally go through them and mix it up so it's different. It's not like you grab a handful and it's a bunch of the same. No, if you were to grab a handful, every single one would be different. Because when I go to a funeral, I go through and I personally shuffle that bad boy. Irked my soul once I went to a funeral and they didn't have a pen at the book. Oof. I was so upset. I went looking for that funeral director. And then I went around like trying all the chairs to like distract my friend. Like, you think this chair is worth the quality or the money y'all pay? You think it's worth it? What about this one? What you think? You think this chair is worth like $2,000? You think? You think she pretty strong? I'll tell you what, it's not 200. That's for damn sure. That's me. That is me being. I am weird, but I would like to. I spoke at one friend's grandmother's funeral because literally no one had anything to say. Oh, sorry, take that back. One of her children spoke up. He said something so quick. The priest who was like, if anyone likes whatever, he said, if anyone likes to say anything, and he was at the front like this, anyone likes to say, and then he turns around and goes to stand in the whatever spot, and in the time it took him to turn around and go stand in the whatever spot, the son had gotten up, said what he was going to say, and sat down, and he was done. And so when the priest turned around, he was like, wait, that's it? That's it? And he's looking, everyone's sort of looking around. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna say something. Which my friend was a little nervous about because his family wasn't too keen or too, well, yeah, they were, he just didn't feel full like embraced by them because he was a little basically a black disabled gay boy that was adopted by a well endowed white family. Well, not super, but they were pretty, they were pretty okay off. But yeah, um he just never felt real. Yeah, I will say this though, because they also adopted his twin sister and his other brother. How do I put this nicely? If he were here, he would say, they got on. They got on. That's what you want to say. They got on because they got on. They got on. Which he isn't entirely like, he's very like, oh, very prim proper. But if you give him the aux cord, stop it. Stop it. He consistently plays the most inappropriate songs. I don't know how many times he put it on the thing talking about vaginas and stuff and all types of inappropriate parts. And I'm just like, but you ain't ghetto. But you ain't ghetto. Do you hear what you just put on? But you ain't ghetto. Don't be talking about your siblings when you're just as ghetto. No, his siblings are definitely his mm. He cool though. He's nice. He's sweet. It was yeah. That was actually the week before I was assaulted and I was injured. I'd actually picked up, and that's how I got stuck in that whirlwind too. I had just picked up months before this when I sold my car. The engine had blew on the car. I had sold it. It was like fall, winter. May, I had picked up and I had some money in savings, but I needed a bit more. I had like a couple or a few $1,000s in savings, but I needed a bit more to buy a car cash. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna work for a couple of months to get the rest that I need. So I picked up a rental car and to do ride share because we didn't have a vehicle at all. So I picked up a rental car to do ride share, and that is when my oh sorry hi thanks bye sorry. For those that don't know, I cannot see properly. I don't have glasses, and sometimes yeah, it's hard for me to see if someone's if I'm not like all up on it. Apologies, apologies. These are piercings. These are piercings. I didn't have dimples before it. I completely forgot what I was saying. Budge. Car. Okay. So I got in the car, the rental car, and was going to work. And it was already pricey, but I was planning to like work because, like I said, I already had like a few $1,000s in the bank. So I figured I'd only need to like push myself working for like a couple or a few months and I would be able to buy whatever car cash because I've done that. I bought a car for cash and a loan. And let me tell you, cash, ooh, that process is like butter. Um, So I wanted to do that, got the rental car, and then my friend told me that their grandmother died. Um, so I went with him, and I was with him every day for about a week until I had to go. Uh, I had that court thing to have my name legally changed to get my late grandmother's last name, and then I had an interview to become a real estate broker because I had just taken my exam before that to become a real estate broker. And um, I had signed up for my second semester to be a firefighter. And this is a Friday. I had planned to go back with my friend on Monday for the funeral because I was with him like right after his mom died and get everything ready and like doing some clearing of the house and stuff, which is good. Him and his mom needed that buffer a bit. Um, but I took my son to the mall with his friends and I was gonna get a massage to celebrate. You know, I got my late grandmother's last name, first job as a broker, second semester of firefighter training. I had money in the bank. Stop. I had thousands of dollars in the bank. Like, dude, I felt good. Like I was feeling great, cloud nine. And I was like, you know what? Let's go get my first professional massage. Let's go get a massage. I was at the mall with my son and he had went off with his friends. And I ended up being assaulted and he hurt me so bad that I had literal physical pain for about 3 years. And it would happen sometimes when I was like mainly like when I was driving, but then also happen if I was laying flat, how I was. And every time it happened, it was like a cycle back. So the next day though, after that happened though, I did try to go work because I needed the money. Like I was paying a lot for that rental car and stuff. So it's like I can't just like burn through. I already didn't work for a week and I was like buying food for my friend and his family and stuff. Because I had money in the bank and his grandmother just died. So yeah, I was paying for oh, and then I had to buy food for my sons and stuff. I was sending them having food, whatever to the house or um And I went to go work the next day because I had to work, and I was in so much physical pain. I was so pain, like every time somebody would go in the car and I would tense up, and it was on this side where I was hurt. And when you do ride share, people tend to sit over there. So I would kind of like, and um it made it worse. It was really, really, really bad. So I couldn't work as much, and I burned through my entire student because once I got the car though, my mother stopped letting me use her car and just would let my brother and his girlfriend use it. She was like, "Oh, you have that car, like you've got money in the bank," but and she wouldn't let me like use it to go anywhere. But like she wasn't understanding. But again, I wasn't telling people I was in physical pain. But she, pretty sure, she knew I was assaulted, but she didn't know how severe. Yes. Hold on. I would be a firefighter right now and a broker if that wouldn't have happened. I probably would have gotten back into comedy, like full, like I would have probably done full comedy. If I never would have gotten assaulted, my mom's cat would be alive. 100%. My mom's cat might be like, eternity might still be alive. Rainbows and lollipops. Oh shit, I don't think I can hold it. Nope, sorry. I think I should cut it. I don't think I can get it back.